What's up, Wash World? Here we are with our latest project, this 5,000 square foot beautiful home with some rather complex architecture. And if you don't notice it right off the bat, let me point it out for you with these before pics. Those exposed rafter beams, there is a lot of work up there, whether the house is clean or not, but you'll be able to see right here a lot of the cobwebs, dirt, dust, and mold, mildew, mud daubers and everything else, and you just don't spray it up there like a closed one with a flat surface. You got to get all three sides and everything in between, every little nook and cranny. Otherwise it's going to look like crap. So you got to be ready to have your A game with roof lines like this. But here's a couple more pics. We're going to do a quick intro and then we're going to get right to the project. Alright, here I am on the far back corner of the house. As most people do, I do, pull the hose to the furthest point and work your way back. Again, standard procedure here, except for paying attention to those rafters. And if you'll look up there just above my spray line, you'll see a big black dot, and that's one of those mud daubers. There's also one in the rafter beams right up there in the corner. If you look closely, they're everywhere in this house, and they do not come off easily. Usually it takes a little bit of pressure, so what I typically do is the typical house wash around, and then I come back with a tip with a little bit more pressure and blast them. It's like trying to blast a hole in pottery, and I do not promise that it will come 100% clean, because it's not. I just knock them off, and there's always some staining from that mud up against that paint that will not come out. I did not have to do the first story there, the garage with the green slats. They had just painted that, so I had to rinse it though, because you don't want to leave any chlorine salt stains there, so I paid attention to that, obviously. And here I am on the 8-foot ladder reaching around the second story to get those rafter beams on the third story. Again, you got to make sure you get not only the surface you see looking up, but both sides of those boards and everything in between. And of course you've got water falling back in your face as you do it the whole time. But I also had this little trick up my sleeve again, an 80-foot boom. I don't typically need it to reach third story houses like this, but I definitely need it for that fourth. And with these beams, again, they represent a problem. You need to be able to get to both sides, and from the ground you can't always do that. You know, especially if there's a back side, like those three windows there on the third story above the garage. You have to get up there, because I can't walk behind it because of the porch right there. So got some tricks with this architecture. Just got to pay close attention, because the last thing you want to have to do is come back for one little spot that you missed that they see out of those windows and have to bring an 80-foot boom with you. You're going to lose a lot of money real quick. So you really got to know what you're doing when you're doing these homes. There's a lot of details to be paying attention to. And I am doing all this with a 4-gallon machine. I know it's a little bit slower. I'll eventually move up to an 8 or a 10-gallon, but I'm happy where I am. I'm doing me. And here we are on the other side. Again, you know, we're going up 2 to 3 stories, depending on where I'm at here, and over 2 different roof lines. It's a complex thing to take on, and getting as close as you can to those mud dauber, dirt dauber, whatever you want to call them, those nests, and trying to blast them out. There's also some wasp nests that were active up there that I had to get rid of. The mahogany wasps, paper wasps, as some people call them. And of course we're wrapping up the lift over here on this, and I'm going to swing around to the other side, up under these trees, and mostly over here under those trees there's a lot of those mud dauber nests that I had to get rid of. And also didn't film it, but put a 3% on that roof there, because you could see it from those windows, and I'm rinsing it off right here. And just doing a little extra rinse down, hitting the windows really good. Again, not an area where I need this lift, but hey, I got it, so you know, let's use it. And over here we're back over to the porch area. You got to pay close attention to screens, people. Pay attention to the screens. You can't just splash water up there in the stream and say that you hit it. you've got to hit every square inch, because if there is any dirt, pollen, or in my case in this area, salt buildup from the ocean air, you're going to see every spot that you didn't get. So make sure you rinse those screens down both sides if possible. I mean, some people don't go inside porches, and some houses I don't, but this one I do, so you got clean from both ends. Here's the homeowners sneaking a peek at what I'm doing, and I've got the ladder because I'm getting a little bit closer to get a little more volume and a little more pressure to some of those dirt daubers, and to get into those corners where some cobwebs, some thick spider webs are, and to get them to kind of blast out of there, because you can see every bit of that when you're standing on the porch. As you'll see right here, you can look out that screen porch, you're staring at those rafter beams at eye level. I'm doing a rinse right here. Didn't catch the wash cycle, and some of the others may have been the rinse as well. I'm just showing you one time instead of showing you both steps. We all know what happens. But just making sure I get everything, and of course right there I can see a spot that I missed on the screen, so I hit it really quick. Just making sure I've got all the soap off everything real good right here, and that little window you see, I had to pay close attention to that because the grill is usually there. And here I am on the back side. I've actually switched to the 12-volt system because I had a longer hose to reach back around here, and could have gotten this porch and stuff up above there just standing down, but I had to get that all to the right of me with the ladder, and I'm actually in between two different roof systems here, and you can see some, there they are, the bats flying out, kind of scared me, but I had to get up there and get all that done. Anyway, this is the after pics, and we're going to sign off right here. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.